One thing that I simply cannot tolerate are those inferior who talk back to me. Muzan had spoken. Yin's eyes widened. Now she was in trouble, and she knew that she had to avoid any contact between Muzan's nails and her skin. With a leg raised, Muzan was about to take a step closer before vanishing into thin air. The forest they were standing in suddenly went dead silent, almost eerily silent. Yin could feel her heart pumping between her ribs, seeing her breath start to take the form of pure mist in front of her. Her eyes darted to what seemed like a shadow moving, quickly taking shelter behind a large stump. The girl moved closer, peering over the stump, seeing something but the remains of the tree. It seems as thought you have forgotten my superior comfort to the pathetic human such as yourself. Muzan clearly said that behind her right ear, making her whip her head around, only to be faced with emptiness. Her grip on her katana tightened. It's a nightmare. My strongest time of the day. I have to kill him, she thought. Muzan had appeared in front of her, a smile resting on his pale complexion. He proceeded to hold his hand out, an offering. I'll give you one more chance, dear, he said, instructing his hand before her, walking forward ever so slowly. You're a fool, Muzan Kibutsuji, Yin had spoken, before lunging towards him, briskly swinging her sword in his direction. Muzan dodged with ease, seemingly bored, but the girl just kept going, with one swinging aiming perfectly at the opening to his dead-like neck. She felt a stiff halt to her force, as she almost had a sudden lack of oxygen, making her immediately gaze in the direction of the sudden disturbance. Muzan had grabbed her by the neck, his hand remaining outstretched, only tightening around her trenchula. Muzan barely gazed up at her from the base of his fedora, making the girl start struggling against his firm grip. She aimed, trying to concurrence her body to kick herself free, but failing. Her eyes widened, panicking, overflowing her every thought, as she saw his free hand making its way to the side of her neck, a sharp nail preparing to subvert through the delicate skin. Sixth form, supernova, Yin had spoken under her breath, making the sharp nails pause. And despite being held by the neck, Yin had used her arm to perform what seemed like a dance of sword techniques that were almost too quick for the Demon King's eyes to follow. Suddenly, there was a shockwave of defending silence, following by an unbearable light made Muzan let go of the Hashira, letting her fall to the ground. Silence. Yet a white and purple flame had seen a coat everywhere around them, but left Yin in a treble construction, practically half dead. Muzan wasn't looking too great either. His clothes were torn, and his neat hair was disheveled. There was a substantial amount of blood pouring out of the girl's eyes, and any intrusive possibilities made that happen reopened due to the impact. For Muzan, he was covered in some of his own blood as well, but stood up, grinning, gripping his one arm. He simply staring at Yin, who lay on the ground, bleeding out and barely conscious. Magnificent. That was the only word that Muzan had said before turning around and walking away, leaving the girl screaming at him in anger, frustrated, and irritation. I'm trying to stand up, even throwing her katana at him, but barely missing. He only slightly turned his head to look back, his red eyes reminding her of the tears she had come to forgot. Before walking away and letting the girl fall under consciousness, before hearing the soft chuckles of the fire around her be disrupted by yelling, and orders being broke out. It was Shinobu, the last thing you heard before utter darkness. Stay with me, Yin. We're getting you all the help you can need. Darkness. As if the stars in the sky had vanished along with the demon, she only felt the hot tears of fellow Hashira fall over her now pale face. This is end of season 1. Season 2 will come out tomorrow. No worries. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And I do want to give a warning. The next book that you guys had decided was a really short chapter. It only has 7 chapters in total, so I might read them all together. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, lovelies.